crafters, happy first day of fall. So now that the fall season is officially here, it's time to start thinking about decor and DIY projects for fall. So I found this old picture frame and my parents were gonna toss it out, but I said, hey, I bet I can use that for something. I think it's a little ugly, the gold's a little gaudy, but I think it will actually work really perfect for this project. The basic idea of this project is we're going to put some kind of wire mesh into the picture frame, and then we can clip pictures or to-do list and decorate it and make a nice little thankful memo board, if you will. So I took everything out of my frame, including the glass, until I had just the frame left, and then I grabbed this mesh wire type stuff. So I would actually recommend using chicken wire because it's probably a little cheaper and easier to work with. So I've seen this called hardware cloth, and also I've seen it called garden mesh. But honestly, here's what I would do. Odds are you know someone who at some point built a chicken coop, and if they built a chicken coop, odds are they have extra chicken wire or some kind of mesh like this sitting around. Offer them $5 for a little section of it, way cheaper than ordering it offline. Otherwise, you can look at some of these on Amazon. This is kind of what I have here. For me, this was free because it was just scrap left over from some chicken coops. And what we want to do is we want to cut this into a nice rectangle that will fit inside our frame. So I've got a pair of wire cutters, and I'm just cutting these extra nubs off so that way I have a smooth edge. And try to catch them because when you snip them off with the wire cutters, they will go flying everywhere. So you don't want the metal pieces to fall on the floor and then step on them because that wouldn't be great. So I kept cutting it down, and then I started figuring out about how big I needed it in my frame, how to cut a few more of those nubs off, and then I started cutting down the long side so that way it would fit inside my frame. And as you can see, I'm cutting it off so that way the sides are basically straight. You don't want the nubs because those will just get in the way. So I finished cutting mine down to size, and I made it so that way it will fit kind of in the inside, kind of where the glass would sit. And then once it sits in there, I can just fold the little tabs over, but you can make it so it goes on the outside of the tabs and then fold the tabs backwards. I just placed it underneath the tabs and folded the tabs on top of it. Once our mesh is in the picture frame, it's time to decorate. Now I decided to leave my frame gold because I feel like it kind of has a fall vibe and it just adds a nice little pop and rustic feel to the wire mesh. But then I went to the Dollar Tree and they have these really cute metal signs that say thankful, harvest, and welcome. And I'm going to use the one that says thankful. Dollar Tree also has some bigger wooden or cardboard kind of ones that you could pick one of those up for $1 and then paint them if you want your word to be bigger. Totally up to you. So I put mine on here and I knew where I wanted it to go, but I wasn't sure if I liked the color or not. So I went up to the barn, looked through the spray paint, and I found this old Gatorade. I have no idea why that's with the spray paint. But anyways, I found this can of Rust-Oleum and I went ahead and sprayed it onto my word. I had some issues with the can, and since I wasn't positive if I wanted to use this color, I spray painted just the back of my word, so that way if I didn't like it, I could just flip my slate over. So once the spray paint dried, I brought it in, and I wasn't really loving the dark bronze color, so then I decided I was going to use my metallic Sharpies. I've got a gold one, and again, tested it on the back side, and then I was like, you know, I like this. And I started coloring in the front. Then I was like, maybe I actually want the bronze. So then I tried a little bit with the bronze. Wasn't a big fan of that. I really liked the gold, so I colored the whole thing in gold. And yeah, I think it looks really cute because it kind of coordinates with the frame. So to attach the word thankful on there, I just have this jewelry wire. I picked it up at, I think, Hobby Lobby, just basic crafting wire. And I cut off a little piece and I just attached my word at 2 points along the top. You can fasten it really securely or just loosely like I did. I basically made a U shape and I pushed it around the word and around the wire frame. And then on the back side, I twisted it together to get it to stay in place. And then I just cut it so it wasn't super long on the back. And now my word is attached like that. And it looks super cute. You could, of course, include all the words on there, or what would also look cute is if you were to have the words hanging from the bottom, you could use some jewelry chain or just use the wire and make them hang beneath the frame. So then I knew that I wanted to put pictures and little memos on my board, so I've got these clothespins. These are actually my sister's that I think she got at Hobby Lobby. Dollar Tree usually has these really cheap, little adorable clothespins, but I couldn't find them on their website and I haven't really been out much lately. But they do have these cute chalkboard tags, so I'm thinking you could probably pop the chalkboards off, or of course you could leave the chalkboards, but that'd be a cute way to get some mini clothespins. Mine just barely fits, kind of snug. But yeah, the basic idea is just clothespins that can attach the wire mesh. I decided to print out pictures of my family because I'm making like a little thankful board, and I forgot to size them down, so my pictures ended up really big because these were all just shot on my phone. And yeah, I meant to size them down before I printed them, but I didn't, so they came out really big, and I just cut them down to size, cut off the excess, and then I can clothespin them onto my little thankful board. Like I said, I wish I had sized them down, make them a little smaller, but You live, you learn. You could also add little memos, so you could add like a little cute quote. I added a little fake shopping list for the sake of illustration, and basically I'm just clothespinning these all onto there. It looks super cute so far, but I decided I wanted to take it just a little further, and I have these fake leaves from the dollar store. These are ones that I had from forever ago, and I had glued some rope to the back of them. So I just kind of wove these through the wire mesh, but you could, tie them on there, glue them to the frame, whatever you want to do. Super cute, makes it look very fall and festive. And then I have these fake leaf flowers that I made in last week's Tutorial Tuesday, really simple, and that, can go in a corner of the frame. And I actually might make a couple more to put on there because it looks so cute. But once I added the flower and the shopping list, it was complete and I hung it up on the wall. I think this turned out super cute, very fall and festive, and it's so easy to customize because, like I said, I just stuck with the frame. I honestly thought the frame was really ugly beforehand, but I actually really like the gold because I think it adds to the rustic fall vibe. But of course, you could pink your frame, you can make your pictures smaller, you could print out cute sayings, put whatever you want on there, or you can even just stick with having the dollar store words, especially if you did a bigger dollar store word, one of those that are like cardboard or wood that I talked about. That would look super cute if you just had one of those in the middle. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back Friday. I've got a fun video about yarn coming up, and then come back next Tuesday because I have some more fall DIYs. Happy crafting!